4.5, Newton's third law. So the third law states that for every force there's an equal and opposite force. This is also called the law of equal and opposite reactions. So there's an action and reaction pair. So that means if I push down on an object, it will be exerting the same force. The interesting part is how the force aspect works. So note that force equals mass times acceleration, which is Newton's second law. So let me just, force equals mass times acceleration. So if I'm 100 kilogram object, it's pushing an 1k object with 5 newtons of force. So 1 kilogram object with 5 newtons of force. That means that object will accelerate at 5 meters per second squared using this force formula here. And the interesting part is actually that it would travel in the same direction as the force. However, let's apply, that means since I'm applying a force on that object, it's applying the same force back to me. So that means 5 equals, and I'm weigh 100 kg, which is not true. 100 kg is like 220 pounds, and I'm not 220 pounds. But just for the sake of example, we divide 100 on both sides, meaning that the acceleration is 0.05 meters divided by second squared. So the logic here is, when you push an object, you notice that even though you guys are applying the same force back at each other, some of the force is getting converted into, not getting converted, it's having to fight against your inertia. And inertia is your body or any mass's tendency to reject a force, basically. So that means I accelerate at this speed, and this accelerates at this speed, simply because I weigh more, so it's harder to push me back in logic terms. And that's why if I apply 5 newtons force to an object with 1 kilogram, it'll accelerate at 5 meters per second squared, while I'll only accelerate 0.05 meters divided by second squared in the opposite direction. But it's still the same amount of force that we're applying. It's just that this force affects me less because I'm bigger. And we use the force equals mass times acceleration to prove that. So that's all 4.5. That's the third law. And yeah.